Well, I seem to remember a passage from the Bible that says, "Keep your eye on God." Now, were they referring to the pineal gland?
Well, that's exactly what they're referring to, precisely. And then the Bible has Jesus saying, "And if your eye be single, then you will be able to be in touch with God." What do you talk about? The single eye.
If your eye shall be single, then your body shall be full of light. But if your eye is full of darkness, how great is that darkness? That was Matthew 6:22.
Yep, that's it. And so, as I said, I believe that I know what the Old Testament is. The Old Testament is a is a document in commerce. The Old Testament has to do with commerce, business. And look up the word commerce in a law dictionary. It's interesting. Look up the word commerce in a law dictionary. It will tell you commerce by law is sex. Sex is referred to as commerce. Then look up the word in a law dictionary. Look up the word Congress. We love to have all these congressmen, and people talk about the Congress said today, and Congress did this. Look up the word Congress, what it means. Congress is sex. There's chorus and there's Congress.
Now,
Congress is a sex act.
Where does the word congregation come in? Is that derived from that as well?
Yeah, that's a whole different story. And that goes back to the word church. Church comes from a Scottish word, kirk, K-E-R-K, or K-I-R-K, kirk. Kirk in Scotland is church in English. That's why you have Captain Kirk on the good ship Enterprise, because that's what a church is. It's a corporation. That's why churches are divided into denominations, 10s, 20s, and 50s, and 100s. So when you get Star Trek, taking Captain Kirk, captain goes back to the word capital, which means money. Capitalizing means to put money into. So the captain of a ship is, when you start breaking down the maritime admiralty words and terms, well, what a story. Why? And it also has to do with the fact that all ships, rocket ships, sailing ships, any kind of a ship, has to be female, always. That's why all captains will talk about their ship, whether it's an airship, an airplane, jet, whatever it is, it's always she. She's a good ship, she's seaworthy, she's this, she's that. Because all ships by maritime admiralty law are female. Why? Because she produces the product. Without her, there ain't no product. So she produces the product. She's the one that keeps business going. A lot of people don't know that, Jews wear something called a yarmulke, as a little skull cap.
Mm-hmm.
They think that's Jewish. No, the Pope wears a skull cap. The Pope wears the yarmulke, not the Jew, the Pope. And the cardinals wear the yarmulke, not the Jew. Cardinals in the Catholic Church. And the reason why is because the yarmulke is a Catholic Roman symbol for subjection to the papacy, subjection to the Pope. That's why the cardinals and priests wear yarmulke. And the Jews in the Middle Ages were told to get on your knees before the Holy Father. And to show respect for the Holy Father, you wear the Roman yarmulke. And so today we've got Jews running around the world wearing a yarmulke, thinking it's all bright and brilliant to be wearing a yarmulke, never realizing that's showing respect to the Holy Father in Rome. But as I said, there is no actual Hebrew language. And Hebrew itself is a derogatory term. That's not a very nice word in the old countries, in the Middle East today. That's not a very nice term. Calling somebody a Hebrew is a derogatory term. It simply means, in the Hebrew meant one who crossed over illegally. So in Egypt, if you crossed over into Egypt illegally and came in as an illegal alien, they called you an Hebrew or Hebrew. So Hebrew means some scab who came in undocumented into our country in Egypt. So they were called Hebrews.
They have a lot of the words backwards. I think I remember you mentioning that Yahweh actually meant an orgasm.
That's right. That's why even Jewish physicists today will tell you that the whole universe came into, God created the universe. And so the whole universe came into existence through a big bang. But come on, what are you talking about, big bang? And so, I know what a gangbanger is, but you're talking about God brought the whole universe into a big bang. The whole thing is ludicrous on its face. Once you understand the words and the terms for God, once you understand that there is no Hebrew language, there is a Phoenician language which the Hebrews speak. That's like saying that you speak American language. No, you're an American, but you speak the English language, not American. The same thing is true with Hebrew. Hebrews do not speak the Hebrew language. Hebrews speak the Phoenician language. The Phoenicians are the ones we call Canaanites, or the people who today we call Jews. The Jews are a Phoenician people. As I said, the United States is a corporation, privately owned corporation. But if you're working in this country, if you come in illegally and you're working here, then your body is a corporation, but you are working and making money illegally, unlawfully. Therefore, the corporation can put a lien on you. It's like a mechanic's lien. If you get a guy who paints your house and you don't pay him, he can put a mechanic's lien on your home, which means you cannot do anything with it until you pay him. And so if you sell the house, you must pay him first because he has a lien on the property. Well, if you come into this corporation called United States illegally and are working here, the corporation can put a lien on your body. You then become known as an alien. No, there has been a lien put on you. Therefore, you are an alien. So we do use the term alien and never realize, no, it's a lien has been put on your corporate body. Extraordinary, interesting stuff, I think, when you begin to see how the church and government, banks, how the whole entire world around you, in fact, operates the way it does. And again, I started off by saying it, and I'll say it again. Nothing in this world works the way you think it does. So you say, well, I don't buy this. Well, what do you mean you don't buy this? So it all has to do with business. Business, money, corporations, religion, churches. The very word church, the very word church, I said that. How many Christians go to church and have no idea where the word church comes from? The word church is a Scottish word kirk, K-E-R-K or K-I-R-K. But kirk was brought to Scotland. That word was brought to Scotland by the Knights Templars. The Knights Templars are what we today call the Scottish Rite. But when the Knights Templar Masonic Order, which was a Catholic Masonic order, went into the Middle East during the Crusades...
They started the first banking system, correct?
Yeah, then they came back to Europe, and they brought with them, when they came back from the Crusades, a lot of artifacts and ideas and concepts and belief systems. And so one of the systems and one of the ideas they brought back, the Knights Templars brought back, was something called a Circe, C-E-R-E-S, Circe, or a Greek goddess Circe. It was a Phoenician god. There was a Palestinian goddess. They were all goddesses in the Middle East, even in Egypt. The same goddess existed, and it was basically Circe. Circe was a goddess who was able to hypnotize people, bring them into her home, lock the door behind them so they could not get out, took their minds away from them, and turned people into animals and pigs and fed off of them.